Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, Facebooking. Welcome to another edition of Airy Sky Readley's video blog. It is really early this morning. We got to get ready to go. And we're hoping the neighbor's car starts. So it is a quarter after 5, Chloe's in the tub. Chloe gets done. I will use the bathroom and clean up. And I decided this morning, before I pack my bag up, I got a couple stories for you. So last night, yesterday, in my video, I was talking about doing a mini rant about, the mental hospital and, the state and everything else, and how, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, you can't transfer this, can't transfer that, wait for the mail. I mean, it's just been a hassle, It's like we've been waiting over 3 weeks, and so, I mean, literally, it's like she can't get anything transferred. But then again, as a TJ or Lexi or Gabby or the social workers, even Chloe's mom would say, it's all it's all my fault or Chloe's fault for not moving fast enough, I mean, I mean, I'm the type that, I had to get moving, I had to get this done, I had to get that done, and because of it, it basically was the type of setup where she, was too busy doing this and that. So technically, because of it, you know, uh, it's a big mess, But then, you want freaking problems, then you have problems, And so, um, but yeah. Anyways, so people want to blame us for it, and it's like, fine, blame me for it. I mean, for once you want to blame me for it, go for it. I mean, literally, I really don't care. You can blame me or you can blame not me for it. So, one of the things I got to write, I got some letters I still got to sit down and write. The budget isn't bad, pretty much because everything's going to be falling into place today nicely. One of the things is today's Wednesday. I still can't believe, how far in the month we are. I just talked to some people last night and it was funny, but anyways, I'll get to it. I want to tell you a story first of all, what was funny last night. So Chloe was basically getting like grouchy with and then apologized and etc etc and I was like we were like kind of having some problems. So finally we get to the store and it's like five 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 5:20 or something. We get there and we are lemonade. So we're talking and she was funny because last night, she told me, well, from there we went over to the other marketplace. Now Chloe wanted to get something to munch on because we're going down to the pier. Now Chloe's like, well, you're gonna change it or this or that in the story. Well, what happened is they have a theme. Yesterday's theme for lunch and dinner is Mexican. No, the Mexican didn't look that appealing. No, the breakfast was the bomb the other day. I mean, literally, the breakfast was the bomb. So one of the things that we did was she says, "Go find something." Well, I was looking at the deli, right, and they make their own cold sandwiches. They wanted like $9, something like that. So Chloe's like, "Well, I can't just eat in front of you." I'm like, "Don't worry about it." She was kind of getting grouchy, and she's gonna put food back from the deli. It's like a little thing where you can serve yourself, it's like a buffet line. So I said, don't worry about it. She said, get some mac salad. The mac salad is a large one, not a small one, but large is all they had, a family size, for like $9. I'm looking at her going, no, I'll just eat my 35-cent ramen at home. So I ate two 35-cent ramen and I was happy. And I mean, Chloe thought I was going to be, like, oh yeah, Chloe ate in front of me, blah, blah, blah. No, it's one, it was Mexican. Two, the pricing was just too high. I mean, literally. Three, we were looking earlier for frozen pizza. She's like, part of the, paying her portion of the rent, is certain things. So she's like, I'll pay you back, for the rent, or I'll pay you for the hoodie dress since you have to order it for me. So I said, okay. So we were looking pizza. Frozen pizza. I mean, I looked everywhere for those little Totino's, and I didn't find any Totino's. So I was like, you know what? If I can't find a Totino's 3-meat pizza for like 99 cents, like at Walmart, then, I'm not paying $11 for a pizza. So, so one of the things we were supposed to do was go on the island, and off the island to go get supplies. Well, today is the day we do it. But back to my mini rant, the prices here are sometimes they're good and sometimes they are equivalent to Walmart or Safeway, depending on what day you go and what you're buying. So to me, it's like super exuberant pricing, And so I thought I would share that with you all this fine morning. So the other thing I want to talk about again is the mini rant about the mental hospital. Now, Chloe's got two choices. Last night she's down at the pier. She says, I have two choices. I can go and get medicated, try getting on disability again, which that's a good idea, or go ahead and leave the state and move to Oregon, California, Arizona, work her way to Arizona or, travel there and etc. Now, it's not a bad idea on the grounds that she should be free, plus the fact that, she shouldn't be forced meds. Now, just to basically to be told, you have a deadline, you must follow it, otherwise you ain't getting November's payment, is like saying you need to go to a mental hospital. The problem is as long as she just seeks treatment for counseling or therapy, that's fine. But the problem with seeking therapy is the fact that the damn mental hospital turns around and basically turns around and doesn't give her accessibility for what she needs to do, I mean, literally, she's got to sit there, and then she's got to go ahead, and she's got to go ahead and follow through on these idiots just so she could get benefits, and oh, you got to go to the local mental hospital. The local mental hospital is what you got to do. So to me, I'm like, that currently, because you can't get a what do you call it? You can't get help for it, and so they're telling you outright, that you got to do this and you got to do that, and you got to jump through hoops, and it's like just for because you're out of county, they're like, well, you got to do this and you got to do that, and you need to do this, this, and this, and so it's like, does she really have to do all of this? I mean, literally. So, I mean. So, and then, you got the guy saying, oh, here it's time, it'll be in the mail. Yet, the problem with it being, and if Chloe's mom's watching early this morning, I say hello to you, no hard feeling. But the thing is these people need to realize that if they're going to tell us it's in the mail, that they need to turn around and tell us outright, that that sorry, I was just feeling the thing that they shouldn't just sit there and say, oh, it's in the middle. I mean, literally, the thing is, as a woman, I can clearly tell you that it sounds like a freaking cop out. I mean, literally, you're just sitting there and Chloe doesn't communicate properly. She's too mentally disabled. Yeah, at the same time, as Chloe's mom would say, you sit there and you try to guide someone, and all you hear is, oh, they're too disabled. Excuse me, who's freaking too disabled? You know? So you got all these people, and it's like, it's too disabled, and it's like, so you're telling me, hypothetically, you're too disabled. I mean, literally. I mean, and the guy says, well, if Chloe's, because Chloe was sitting there, and it's like, if Chloe's thinking about getting a job, that's a great thing. We don't need to give her benefits. But problem is, Chloe doesn't know what she's saying. I mean, look, Chloe gets angry. Chloe basically says stuff she doesn't mean. I mean, literally. It's like drinking too much wine and doing something stupid. I mean, last night I was drinking wine, and I needed some sleep, so I passed out, sleeping in with my dilator in me, and I woke up, took the dilator, washed it, rinsed it, cleaned it, went to sleep again. Woke up this morning with a mild headache, but at the same time, it says, hey, this is me, uh, and I enjoyed last night. But Chloe, of course, she's got some mental problems. And so with her, it's like, you know, so, but yeah, anyways, I want to share with you a couple stories. It's funny. Okay. So anyways, what happened last night was too funny. So I posted some pics on Facebook, and the beautiful Shelby messages, and she says, ooh, would love to have some. I said, well, you're more than welcome. Well, she was drinking Mike's Hard Lemonade. So I basically told her, as a promise to get your Donkey Kong game working, you need to go ahead and, what do you call it? Go ahead and take care of the Donkey Kong game by going ahead and look at that. So apparently my thing was reset. So let's just check out, I need to check out Donkey Kong anyway. So to get our game running. So I went ahead and ordered Donkey Kong for my I mean Donkey Kong. What do you call it? The Donkey Kong. All right, that's good. Not the order, but I went ahead and took care of Donkey Kong for her by putting getting the expansion which you need to play Zelda Ocarina of Time or the Majora's Mask or Donkey Kong. The actual super expansion that goes into the N64. So to get the Nintendo version, you're paying like $90. So we decided to try half that, and it cost $40 just for the expansion. And so she's like, like, oh, thank you. Well, anyways, when I told her to choose one of three, she chose that one. She said, we'll try this one first. Doesn't work, we'll try the other ones next to get the game working properly. So hopefully it works. And then we talked about the other thing, which was the hoodie dress, and she's like, well, whatever makes Chloe happy. But then she turned around and she says, if I had my way, I'd have booze for Christmas. And that kind of was like, so, to me, it was like, you really want booze for Christmas, and so I don't know if that was a joke or not, but it was just too damn funny, you know. And then this is what happened. So we're talking about games, and she's like, "Yeah, you know, yeah." I mean, literally, we're talking about Christmas presents, and etc. And I said, "I'm gonna get the Pikachu edition, Pikachu edition, Switch for me, and she can have a baseball." And I said, "I'm watching you. I'm watching you," and she goes. And then she's like, "What?" So, but Chloe thinks she's kind of using me, and I was like, I didn't bring that up to her, but then Chloe thought, well, maybe she's not really using you so much, but then she thought, well, maybe she is. I mean, look, she was, we were talking about the little kids TV, and the game systems that I want to get her for Christmas. And one of the funny things that happened is uh, she was talking to me about um, so what do I say? So, anyways, she turns around and we're talking about alcohol and stuff. Chloe was kind of getting snippy last night, and I said, "I'll order your hoodie dress. Just do me a favor." Chloe goes, "What do you want?" And I go, "Pull out these," and she goes, "What the fuck? Are you now a pimp or pimpette? You're the pimpette." Well, anyways, I had ducats of $1 bills stacked up in rubber band that she's been hoarding for a while. She's like, "Can you give me, not Chloe, Shelby, $200 in grog?" She wants vodka, she wants Mike's, and then she wants box wine. I'm going. I mean, literally, I'm sitting there with a stack of $1 bills, looking at it, going, "Is this shit for real?" And she's just like, "Yeah." I'm sitting here looking at it going, I feel like the freaking pimp or pimpette, and Chloe's right, I mean, that's how I feel. It's like you read of the pimpette. I mean, those look cool. 5 panties for $5, free shipping too. So, that bra looks really awesome looking. Oh yeah, yeah. When you sit there, right, and some people sit there and go, "Oh well, look at you. You don't wear makeup. You're not a real woman. I'm a real woman. My name is Facey Manny. I got a man's brick face, and I'm getting facial fame because I need to look hot, cute, gorgeous, so I could be a real woman, have a penis in me." When you're yourself, this is what I was telling TJ a while ago. When you're your freaking self, you can basically be yourself, and you don't need some dillwad jackboot telling you, "Oh well, you're not a real woman." You know what? Anyone could be a woman. Anyone could be a man. I mean, look, I see all these people that put on makeup. They're like, "Oh, I'm 22 years old. I'm trans. I'm a real woman." And then they're like, "Oh yeah, my mom's so proud of me. I'm their little girl. I got a freaking guy." And it's like, and then they go on YouTube. Some of them actually will go on YouTube. Me, I'm sitting there going, you know what? It's bullshit. It is literally bullshit. I mean, being born both is no joke. I mean, literally, I was telling Chloe this recently. Being born both is no joke. I mean, it was like joking with Chloe last night. Chloe said Chloe doesn't like looking at my plumbing, and I'm scarred, she's scarred, we're all scarred. Yet last night she took the liberty of looking. She says, "Oh, you're sticking in the dilator in the right hole." That's the only thing she said because Jenna was like, "You need to check the right hole." Well, You know as well as I do that these fucking hospital people are stuck it in a pay hole. And that was something that was kind of irritating to Jenna a bit. Was they're telling me to put it in put the dilator in my pee hole for my snatch. And to me, when I pee it, I don't even know where my piss comes out anymore. You know, I mean, you know, they replumbed everything, so it's like, you know, the doctors, you know, whatever it is, you know, and so to me, I'm kind of kind of sad that you know, we got these people out there that turn around, you know, and they're just like really freaking uh stupid, you know. I mean, like last night I was talking to a friend of mine, my neighbor, and my neighbor's awesome because you know she's uh so you know, my neighbor, she's awesome, so she's like, you know, anyway, she's awesome. At the same time, it's funny, you know, because the whole thing about booze, you know. So, you know, it's one of the things I do like. I was telling my neighbor next door, you know. Some of the posts that Shelby posts are just funny. I mean, some of these posts that she posts are just too damn funny, you know. I mean, but anyways, it was just funny. It felt like a freaking pimp last night, you know. I mean, literally, I felt like uh uh so like, you know, it was just quite it's quite funny, you know. So I asked her last night about this post here where it talks about a pit of sadness to leave me in a pit of sadness when they drop me, want to see me do it again, basically, you know. And she and I were talking about, you know, and it was just uh yeah, it's just funny, you know. Literally, it's funny. So I mean, literally, I'll share some posts, you know, and I like sharing my posts, you know, because I think it's funny. But anyways, one of my neighbors next door, she's Jehovah's Witness. She's a sweetheart. She's like wanting to try the whole computer thing, you know, because she needs a new one, and she's just like, damn, that looks good, you know. And so, you know, between me and her and so forth, you know, but it was funny as heck because I posted, you know, many things on my wall. But one of the things that was funny on my wall was the USS Enterprise. Now, as you can see, the Enterprise is right there. You know, there's a diagram of the first part of it, you know, Enterprise D. Problem with the Enterprise D is if anyone knows, and probably some do, this here, basically, the saucer section breaks apart and leaves just this piece, the lower part of the ship. Now, the lower part looks badass without the ship. So, you know, for my wall covering of Facebook, I decided to do that. Now, you know, I love Star Trek. It's one of my favorite shows, you know. Now, Chloe and I can go round and round whether a superstar destroyer can take on a galaxy class starship. I mean, more likely they could, But until they actually have a crossover, and I want the crossover to be where J.J. Abrams basically turns around and gives the Superstar Destroyer a money with a super heavy cruiser, which is what the Enterprise A is going to be, is a heavy cruiser. I mean, apparently J.J. Abrams took the USS Enterprise and basically extended it to be bigger than Enterprise E in the current timeline. So it's like a big badass ship that supposedly can take care of itself, yet the Enterprise is dwarfed by this giant Mondo dreadnought. You know, I should check to see if they got the schematics for the dreadnought. I mean, literally, I'm curious about the specs. I mean, we know JJ's Enterprise is big as Enterprise E, you know. There we go. The USS Vengeance, right? The USS Vengeance, they didn't give much about it, right? The USS Vengeance is Admiral Alexander Marcus, right? USS designed by Khan Noonien Singh, Klingon Empire, and its rival. Built at a secret space dock. Admiral Alexander is off Starfleet, according to long note of vessels from Star history, including NX class Enterprise and the Kelvin. Believing that Marcus murdered the entire crew, Marcus is holding hostage. Enterprise of Vengeance. The whole Vengeance caught in the Enterprise while at warp and fired upon it, crippling it near Luna. Alright. So basically, I'm just trying to see what the technical data for it was. Alright. Doesn't say how big the damn thing. Just doesn't say how big that bad boy is, you know. So basically, it doesn't say anything about it, you know. It just says Dreadnought class. It's like, well, if it's a Dreadnought class, then can someone tell me, it just doesn't say, you know. Well, we can look it up real quick. U.S.S.Vengeance specs. See, when you can figure out how big this thing is, then you know. Well, U.S.S. Here we go. Ship specifications. Let's see if anyone has any ship specifications for it. Let's see. The USS Vengeance crew complements is no. 2 nacelles, 400 meters long. So there. So the Vengeance is supposed to be a Nebula class. Really? Well, I want the Dreadnought. I'd like to know how big this thing, you know. Huh. So technically, it's not going to give us any info. It's like they just put it in there, and then they won't give us, like, how big. This is funny. Yeah. So basically, people are talking about what's the difference. Daddy issues. So 15 pages. So 15 pages, basically, guys talking about, etc. So let's get back to things, because soon I got to undilate and finish up today and get prepared. What time is it anyways? Because as you all know, I got to get moving soon. Okay, so I got a little over an hour and 15 minutes to get things moving along, bags packed, ready to roll. Shih Tzu walked. Uh, so basically, Shelby gave me a stack of money and made me feel like a pimp, or a pimpette, because there's just so much money, and I'm sitting there going, for real? You gotta be kidding me, for real? So once that was done, it was an you know, interesting concept, and because of it, Shelby, went to bed last night happy because, the memory thing, people say, oh, well, thing is, when I asked her about Christmas, it was more so she had no idea whether it'd be better for home console or a portable console of the Sonic thing. So she's like, we'll talk about it later. But she was also talking to me about Taco Bell, and it's like, well, technically, I don't know if I have time to go to Taco Bell today on the grounds that I have to do other other issues. I mean, literally, I got to do uh other issues, this morning, and one is basically getting things moving along, and it's not easy because, you got to juggle things. Like, one, you got to freaking get prepared to go. Two, you got to freaking make sure everything's in order. And 3, Taco Bell is basically an afterthought. You know, when I said, "Oh, how do you reheat them?" She says, "Oh, in the oven." Well, with me, I'm going, "Oh, okay. Well, you know, with me, I had several glasses of wine, you know, and I was just like, I told her last night my buzz was failing. I needed to redo the buzz, which I just found out that 7-Eleven has got limited edition Taco Bell chips that came out. It's like everyone under the sun wants to frickin' make taco chips and spicy Diablo chips. Okay. Diablo chips. so so early this morning, you know, for breakfast, you know, it's like here you go. So yeah, I was thinking, you know, like I said, Taco Bell. But like I said, also, you know, it depends on other issues. So what I gotta do is I gotta get ready to go because I don't have much time. I gotta wash up. Then I gotta get dressed, and then I gotta get moving along set because we're out at 7. So I gotta make sure the computer's ready. Chloe's got to get out. She's gonna let me use the sink in the bathroom after I use the toilet. Then after that, we got to get prepared to go, which means, you know. Oh, and by the way, I feel a lot better after my bath yesterday because my legs are smooth as a baby's bottom again. I mean, literally, as they say in Star Trek, smooth as a baby's butt. A Data, and he's like, or Android's bottom and some of it, but you get the idea, you know. My thing is Data could grow a beard, you know, in Star Trek with, you know, they made him look like, you know, an android. So, um, but, um, but yeah. Anywho, like I said, you know, basically what's going on right now currently is, you know, that I got to get prepared, you know, and I'm hoping Chloe, you know, because the water is ready for Chloe, you know, that she's uh almost done, so I could get sitting on the bucket because you know it's not comfortable holding in, you know, what you want to release, you know, prairie dogging it because if I have to go in there, you know, I got to put a blanket or a towel over my face just to do it, and you know, sometimes, you know, you feel it's that, or sometimes you feel something else. But you know, so like I said, everything's going good. I'm hoping uh, everything's great. And right now, you know, my serious gripe this morning is this. All right, before I log off, so I'm supposed to be getting some money. And basically, what I'm doing with the money is I'm supposed to give it to Chloe in case she needs to get home tonight. For some people out there, I don't want Chloe's mom attacking me if she's watching this. It's not my choice. So Chloe, as you all know, made 2 choices. She either has to go to Portland or Arizona, California, or her mom's place. She refuses to go back to her mom. So instead, when she went online, she found out her cash money was stopped until she goes and gets mental help, whether it be emergency room or hospitalization. She decided to take the chance of the hospitalization, and so she's decided she's gonna try again. And you hope like hell they don't involuntary. So first we got to get a phone. Second, we got to get after the phone, you know, we got to give the number, and she's gonna work her way from Walmart to the hospital, and from there, I'm working my way up back home to catch the ferry home. So Chloe will have ferry money, and she will have a bus fare, and she can work her way back. They'll have our new number, and so the social worker wants to call me. That's fine. If not, you know, more likely Chloe can be home before for 9 o'clock tonight, you know, and just say, hey, you know. But if they keep her, then it's an interesting concept, you know, because you know, as everyone knows, um, like I said, it will be a uh, an interesting setup, as they say, interesting setup. So, but yeah, this video's gone long enough. I got to get things prepared and moved along. I don't have much time to fart around this morning. I do wish I had more time, but I don't. So, time to get Moppy out again to see if I'll go poo before I get into the bathroom and do my my duty, but emptying and stuff. But you get the idea. So Chloe's gonna try tonight, and anyone who is negative on the comments, I will delete them. I will say to you all that it wasn't a choice Chloe had to take lightly, because she had to make the decision because she doesn't want to lose her funds, but at the same time, like the guy said, because he found out Chloe didn't cut the portion of the rent, I was taking care of it. And then I asked the manager about it here. And she says, well, we can't break it in separate. So currently, when I take care of the manager and take care of other things, we will know soon enough what's going on. So currently, we'll figure it out, just in case. So with me, it's all good. We just got to figure out what our next plan is. And so a lot of people, like said, the negative comments, I don't want to hear saying, well, what's cash assistance going to do for you? What's Medicaid going to do for you? What's, I mean, yeah, literally, sometimes people have their own thoughts and opinions on what goes on with, the the issues at hand. But the issues at hand are a big issue, which is, do you want to go that route? I mean, the other route is to reapply and wait 4 to 6 months, get cash assistance, be put back on it. Meanwhile, like the social worker said, look for your stuff in the mail. Well, we are. 3 weeks ago, we got everything set up, and yet nothing's moved. It's still stuck in the previous county, and so Chloe's wondering, what's going on. She's got worried the government's after her, the police are after her, the federales are after her, the federales are after me. See, but you get the idea, everyone. So, so I thought I would share that as a complete and thorough joke. The federales are after her. So I wanted to throw that in there as a joke. But honestly, there's got no choice. I mean, Chloe said there's no choice. I mean, the other choice is, and it won't get fixed till next month anyways, is what he said, because he's got to transfer it. So to him, he's like, don't walk into the local office to get services yet, because, they're not going to have the paperwork. Even if she goes in there and applies, it's going to take several weeks just to get it fully transferred, and you get letters in the mail, and then you get this. Since we already did it from here, all you got to do is wait in the mail. Same we got coming soon. But in the meantime, he's like, if, for some reason it doesn't transfer right away and you want your cash assistance, you got to go through mental health. And the only way to follow through is emergency room. So he's like, well, I need my November payment. I'm going to go. In my opinion, we got to really do this. And Chloe's like, it's that or get a job. And if she gets a job, she's out. So, and she doesn't want to be out because, she's really worried, that I'll have Maricela or Shelby or even the Jehovah's Witness, Chelsea, I'm shacking up with one of them three. Now, Chelsea's not a bad looking woman. I mean, but so is Shelby, same with Maricela. But Maricela, tomorrow I got to be up early again, but this time I get to sleep in till like 5:30 or so, and then get up. And with the new phone, I'll have an alarm to wake me up so I can actually get up and go directly to, down to the ferry, so I can be out at like, I don't know what time I'm taking the ferry. I think I'm taking the 8:05 ferry. I think it's 8:05 or something. Anyways, I'm taking the earlier ferry, and then after that, I'm getting up, and going. Now, if Chloe's there at the hospital, tomorrow morning here in town, I will personally go and check on her. She's afraid, that the hospital she's going to, she plans, won't put her in a psych ward. She might end up at the last mental hospital she went to, or the hospital before that, or the hospital before that. So it's like, yeah. not really cool. So we'll figure it out, but frankly, I told her my opinion and she told me her opinion, and the opinion is I didn't like it. So my opinion is I didn't like it at all. So not because what she wants to do, because it's kind of weird, So that said, everyone, please add and subscribe. Look for another video later tonight for the update adventure. Again, so please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Keep it nice is all we ask. Hit that like and subscribe button. So some fun even for the family, including your dogs. Thanks for watching Buttercup. Stay tuned. I'll let you know how my layaway adventure went at Wally World. Thank you, and God bless you all.